It's your man, always George Page, aka the Emperor of Wrestling Talk, comes to you live on YouTube. Woo! I saw this a while ago. It was on social media, and if I didn't sit up and talk about this man, I'd be wrong because this is one of my favorite all-time wrestlers. He is the dirtiest player in the game. He's a limousine riding, girls kissing, stealing, champagne drinking, son of a gun. This is one Mr. Ric Flair. Woo! I mean, if you grew up like I did, growing up in the South, we used to watch wrestling. Me and my brothers, right after cartoons, and on Saturdays, and then we go sometimes on the. I think it used to come on Sundays too. I used to love watching wrestling. I don't watch it much now like I used to because it kind of fell off. WWE anything, and I don't really watch AEW. I mostly watch some of my wrestling on YouTube. But Ric Flair is a legend. Now, Rick was born in Tennessee to February 25th of 1948. Now his real name is kind of funny. There's different years. His first name is Fred Phillips, but then there says Fred Stewart, or it's so crazy. Now his biological father Luther, and Olivia, it's just so much different. Now he was adopted by a lady by the name Kathleen and her husband, Richard Reed Flair. And, he decided to, take the name Flair, because, Kathleen would have had a kid, and it took in young Rick. Now, pretty much right about he got into wrestling around about the good part of the 60s, like about the late 60s, early 70s. And then, he started out, like any other person, but, he kind of changed his look with the blonde hair. And he created this persona, Ric Flair. Now, he was champion in organizations like, the AWA, which is the American West Association, International Wrestling Experience, and he was also under the Crockett Family promotion known as NWA, back in the day. And he's been champion, 15, 16 times over again from several different organizations, from NWA to WCW to even WWF, and this guy's just great. I mean, he may be one of the dirtiest players in the game, but he really personified entertainment and wrestling, and he has faced, and also he was part of one of the greatest now we'll call it tag teams, wrestling stables in all time, was the Four Horsemen. Him, Telly Blanchard, Arn Anderson, Old Anderson, and the late great J.J. Dillon. And I used to remember when J.J. always just throw the quarters and rap, and Telly used to hit somebody with them. But they were tag team champions. The group evolved. Here's this Sid Vicious and Barry Windham, but still you had Ole. You see, you had Arn, and you still had Rick. And you even had Brian Pillman for a minute. I mean, also I think Stone Cold was part of the Four Horsemen for a time. And his rivalries with guys like, Lex Luthor. He put him here. He got Lex in the figure four leg lock. That is a killing move. I mean, the figure four. I mean, I mean, we used to wrestle. Me and my brothers used to wrestle. My older brothers used to slap it on us. So when he was bigger than us, so that hurt. And he's just one of those great. I mean, amazing. I mean, even though you hated him, you had to love him. And like I said, his rivalries with Sting and also Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper, and him and Roddy Piper were good friends. You can find this actually, if you look for it, there is a picture of them riding in a Cherokee Wagoneer, and I forgot the quote out of it, but it was crazy. And he inspired a lot of wrestlers, like he's AJ Styles, and also the time he was in WWE. We met the WWE for a minute, and he started the Evolution with Triple H and what's the face? Orndorff's son, Bob Orndorff's son, Randy Orton and Batista. And he really was, celebrities liked him. Like, here you got, Charles Barkley. There was back in the WCW days. And here's with Offset, from the Migos. I mean, he's just, even though, he had plenty of kids, he's been married like umpteen times. His oldest son, David, his Charlotte. There was his youngest son, Reed. He was not much that great of a father. There's a story about him. But he inspired the next generation. His son Reed was going to be the next thing, but his son Reed passed away. But his daughter, Charlotte, took the helm and becoming a generational wrestler. Charlotte, she's a diva champion. She's a WWE champion. She has been in the game for quite some time and making a pretty much a legend of herself, especially for female. You see now, there's more of the daughters of the legends who are becoming like you got Tessa Blanchard. You got who else? I think you had Jimmy Fly Snooker's daughter. At the time, and like I said, recently he just got divorced from his fifth wife, and he just been too much of a he likes to be married, but sometimes I think he likes women too much and just can't be settled. But like I said, I grew up watching Ric Flair as a kid. And guys like my brothers, Execution 23, we used to watch her. The coach, who grew up watching this guy over the years, and here's him with the great late, Dusty Rhodes and Pat Patterson's, those guys. I mean, I didn't remember watch Pat Patterson much, but I used to go out with Dusty. Him and Dusty had the wars. I think, Dusty used to, sometimes used to fight over Baby Doll. I think Baby Doll used to be the Telly's violator. I used to fight over her a lot. And you know what? He's just amazing. With his records, he have won 15 times champion, several titles over several different organizations. And he's just a legend. I mean, growing up watching this guy, everybody want to be Ric Flair. Woo! I mean, and now that he is have come of age, he hasn't really settled down too much, but he's still doing the woo and just living life. But you know what? He's just one of these guys that as a kid, it was fun to watch him perform and to wrestle and to entertain. And like I said, I would say he is one of the all-time greats in the sport of wrestling. Like I said, I put him up there with guys like Dusty and Magnum TA and Sting and Hulk Hogan and the rest of them. And like I said, it's still I still have that little kid in me thinking about those days watching wrestling Saturday afternoons with my brothers, after cartoons went off. But like I said, I want to wish Mr. Ric Flair a very happy birthday. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! Happy birthday, Rick, and many, many more. This is me all the way, George Page, Emperor of Wrestling Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.